Hey guys, it's Destiny Lachey, and in today's video I'm going to be starting my natural hair series because I big chopped not too long ago, and I'm going to show you guys how I attempted to do my own jumbo short box braids. So I started off with freshly washed and deep conditioned hair. I'm going to kind of put in this hair lotion on my hair. It's by Miel Organics, I think it's called. I don't know. I will have everything in the description box that I use in this video. This is just like a moisturizing lotion so that my hair isn't dry. I'm taking a metal rat tail comb and I'm parting the back of my hair. I not too long ago had a undercut and my hair is growing out in the back, so it's really short. So I was really afraid I wasn't going to be able to grab the hair back there, but doing the rubber band method for me worked out really good. So I began to part my hair in the back with my comb in small sections. I didn't want the braids to be too small and I didn't want them to be too big, as well as the parts. I didn't want it like too many braids. I also added some Shea Moisture curling smoothie as well as this edge booster gel that I really like. I added this, like those combinations of like gel and smoothie, to each section as I went along to make sure that the hair is slick, and I don't know, it just looks better when I add these two products on my hair now. So I do that, and then I brush up the hair with like a little edge brush because the hair is so short back there, and I use 2 rubber bands most of the time. I think there's one right here, but 2 is better. 2 rubber bands to kind of make a small little tiny ponytail, and this really helps to grip the hair in the back because it is like the shortest part of my hair right now. So I did that along the entire back portion of my head so that, you know, it would just make it easier for me to grip back there because the hair is so short. Then I went along and used my edge booster gel to add a little bit more. I don't know, I kind of like the slip with my hair. It needs it. I'm starting to like really learn my natural hair and stuff, so I need that slip when I'm braiding it, and I also need the slickness because I don't know, it just makes the braid look a lot better and it makes it look a little bit shinier for me. So that's what I do, and I just begin to braid. I'm using Kanekalon hair, the regular cheap $1.99 hair that you get at the hair store, and I'm just beginning to braid. And as I get to like the bottom of my natural hair, I start to kind of blend it in with the, fake hair. I don't really know how to explain it. If you don't know how to braid, you can't do your own box braid. So you got to know how to braid first, and then adding hair is a whole nother thing. But once you learn how to braid and everything, I feel like you never forget how to do it, and you can kind of learn different techniques and stuff. So that's how I learned how to do it, just like really practicing and stuff. But yeah, I just braid halfway down since we're doing short braids, and then I take a rubber band and put it around that, and then I eventually do cut that piece off. And then I just move on to the next rubber band and I start to braid, adding more edge booster to my natural hair so that it's a little bit more slick and it will blend in with the hair better. Now we're going on to the next row. I use a mirror in front of me and in back of me so I can see the back of my head, and I also take another metal like comb. I have a lot of these because they part your hair really good, especially since my hair is all natural now. I need all the help I can get with parting because it's so thick, and I need the help. So I'm taking some of this curl smoothie by Shea Moisture. I'm going to show you guys again how I do it. So I apply this liberally to my hair because my hair needs the slip and the moisture and all that stuff. And then I apply some edge booster and I put that all over that portion as well. And I just use my fingers to kind of slick it down. If I do, I will use the edge brush, and then I put the rubber band around it. And I just keep parting and doing that with each section. I couldn't say it. So when I'm parting, I don't want my parts to be like the first row. I don't want it to be parallel with the second row. So I like to, I don't know what they call it, like window peak them. I don't think that's the right term, but I like to make my parts so that they don't fall on top of each other. I like the braids to kind of fall on the sides of each other. I don't know if it makes sense, but I don't like my parts even, like the rows to be even. But anyways, I like to make my parts as even as I can. So if you can't get your parts even the first time, you can part it again and add another rubber band to the same section like what I just did here. It just makes it really easy to get those parts as even as you possibly can get them. I like the rubber band method. This was my first time ever doing this. I've only done box braids one other time before, and I did it like the original way with no rubber bands, and it was really hard just getting the parting right. So if you know how to braid but you've never done box braids before, definitely try the rubber band method before like trying the original one, because I don't know, this way just really helps to get your parts as even as possible. So now moving on to the front, I part my hair straight down the middle so that I know where that middle part should be. I want a middle part, so yeah, that's why I put it there. And then I part my hair on the side. I believe I have 6 braids in the front first row. Yeah. And then in the middle, I kind of just winged it. But the front part was really important to me. And I suggest taking out your edges before you braid, because you can braid them up and then you got no edges out. So I like to take my edges out. And I also like to do the front when I'm not tired of braiding, because you want the front to look the best. You don't want the back to look the best. You want the front to have like the best braids, you know, on your head. So don't do the front of your hair when you're tired. I've done that before, and the braids come out looking really crazy. Like, I know my braids aren't perfect, but if you're tired and you're doing the front of your hair, sis, just take a break and start over. Like, try another day. But right here, I'm just taking my edges out and, you know, using the same method and putting rubber bands around each section, making sure my parts are as even as I can get them. They're not perfect, but, you know, they looked fine. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I like to braid and part because I get tired and bored of just parting and putting rubber bands on. I just get bored. So I like to braid and part in between. Like, as you can see, I have braids in the back, and now I'm parting like almost my whole head. Once I get tired of parting, I will go in and braid. So it really just depends on how I feel. I don't really have a method to this madness. I just kind of do it as I feel. If I feel like braiding one section and then parting the next, that's what I'll do. Or if I feel like parting on everything and then braiding, that's what I do. So, you know, that's what I'm doing right now, is just parting everything. And it's so cool. Like, ever since I big chopped, I'm like seeing my texture and actually feeling my hair for the first time in a really long time. So it's really cool just to see how my hair texture is and stuff. I don't know, random thought. But I did cut off some of the hair on the bottom because it was getting in my way and it was itchy and stuff. So yeah, what I do for the front is kind of just section it off with a little clip. Use some of my curl smoothie stuff. I really like this. It helps with frizz a lot. And I just apply it to the little puff, and then I start braiding again. I also use the edge booster as well. I don't know if I showed the clip, but I just really want to saturate this hair. It was kind of dry at this point because, you know, I've been doing my hair for a while, and I just kind of comb through it to make sure all the product is through it and it is kind of damp or, you know, moist. I hate the word moist, but whatever. Then I just start braiding in the front. Like I said, I'm really trying to grip the hair tight and make the braids as neat as I possibly can get them. I do have to add some edge booster to my natural hair so that it looks more slick and sleek to the braiding hair. So that's what I'm doing, just adding more edge booster gel to the braid. And I just keep braiding, you know. And sometimes some of my natural hair sticks out of the braid. As you can see right here, some of my hair is sticking out. What I like to do is take that little comb and kind of interweave my hair with the weaving hair, the braiding hair, because sometimes, you know, natural hair doesn't want to cooperate, but you have to kind of make it. So I just kind of press the end of the comb into the hair, and it kind of helps itself, you know. So if you've ever worked with like Kanekalon hair before, you know that like the ends get really frizzy and like spiky. So I'm using a lighter just to kind of smooth out the ends of the hair, and just kind of also like that last little piece that I cut off is really like frizzy and stuff, so I just have to really burn the ends of the hair per usual. So I've run out of hair. I have to go to the hair store tomorrow. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I have about 9 more puffs left. So yeah. So this is a clip from the next day, like the following day. I went to the hair store. I had to get more hair. I'm not sure how many packs of hair I used for this like hairstyle. I believe I could get like 3 braids out of 1 pack of hair. So yeah, I don't know how many packs that is, but it was a good amount of hair. But the packs are only $1.99, so you know, it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I got about 3 or 4 braids out of each pack of hair. I would say more like 3, because some braids were a little bit bigger than others. And a couple days after I actually finished the style, I went back in and redid some braids, because after like looking at it, I'm like, oh, okay, I could have did that braid a lot better and all of that. And also, I forgot to mention, in the back of my head, I like to make the braids smaller where I have less hair, because if you make the braids way too big, and you have a small amount of hair on the back of your head, what happens is the big braid will fall out. So you don't want any of your braids like falling out and leaving the party when they weren't supposed to. So make your braids, especially in the back, like the nape of your head, smaller than the braids at the top, because actually nobody really will notice the back braids, like the nape braids. You just want them to kind of be there, but they don't have to be the same size as the ones on the top, because I've noticed they don't stay in because the hair, you don't have as much hair back there. Well, I don't. So yeah, so this was the last official braid, I think, and I'm just really braiding this. I was actually really tired of braiding at this point, and it wasn't even that many braids, and it was, you know, separated into 2 days, but still I'm like, man, I am tired. This is a whole job right here, a whole job. But yeah, this is the last official braid. Okay, so these are how the braids looked officially, like completed. I like how this looks with nothing on it, but I wanted to be extra and add some jewels and some string. So I got some beads and string from the hair store, and I just started to add them. I like to add them in the spots where I think I messed up at, and where the braid could have been a lot better in that area, where I got lazy, all of that. So that's where I put the beads. And then I go in and add some string. You can get this from the beauty supply store as well. I start from the back of the braid and then just kind of create an X towards the front and repeat that down the whole like part of the braid. And then at the end, I kind of just twist the string around the end of the braid, and then I knot the string a couple of times, and then it stays in place. Now I'm going to use my edge booster gel and my little edge brush, and I'm going to go in and kind of swoop my edges a little bit so that they, I don't know, look like something, you feel me? So I'm just swooping those over. Natural edges are a whole nother thing that I'm trying to tackle. If you guys have a good edge control, there's like a bajillion edge controls at the hair store. I like this one a lot, especially if I tie it down. It really lays my hair down really nicely. But if there's something better, let me know. Leave me a suggestion down below. I would love to hear it. But yeah, guys, this is the end. I have a little bit of makeup on my braid, but this is basically what my hair looks like now. It's very cute. I love the jewels and everything in it. I love the shortness of the braids as well. So yeah, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, show some love, and I will see you in the next video.